Hello, my name is Amin with AB Design and Development. Today, I would like to demo a prototype for an application called MoneyWatch. So, MoneyWatch is a human-computer interactions project for a stock research and prediction application. And in order for me to demonstrate, we will pretend we are trying to see how Trump's tweets about China will affect tech company Huawei's stock price. Without further ado, let's get started. We'll open up Figma, which is the software used to develop this prototype. All right, so this is the home page of the website, or should I say the landing page. It's the first page that the users are taken to before they sign up. So about this page, we have a video here. This video will give a brief introduction about us and what it is that we are doing. There's also links to Marketplace and Dashboard, so users can check out what we have to offer before they sign up as well. We will go into that, however, later. However, for now, I will go into some of the login functionality that we have here. So obviously, we have the login and register. We have a forgot password functionality, which users can enter their email. They can get a code, type in the credentials along with the code, and reset their new password. All right, well, let's log in. Oh, before we do that, actually, I would like to show this page as well. This is the About page, which is a written page about MoneyWatch and what it is that we hope to accomplish, our goals, and who our user audience is. And let's log in. Okay, so now that we are finally logged in, as you can see, we have a profile up here with a drop-down menu for profile, settings, and logging out. The first page you are taken to upon login is the marketplace, so users can then take a look at the tools that we have available that they could use for their stock research. We have a wide variety of tools here, some of them for graphing, some of them that use APIs like Twitter, some of them for web scraping, things all along that line that are very useful for researchers. And so, these are the tools that we will be using today for this demonstration. They all have their own cost, and you can just pick them and check them out. I will explain each one of these and what it is that they do. So let's go ahead and hit checkout. Oh, there you go. Go ahead and hit this checkout. All right, so this is the pipeline. The pipeline is the place where you can use the tools in such a way as to get meaningful information out of them. And so I would like to demonstrate how to do that. So first we'll have to create a pipeline. Right here we have the pipeline name. We'll leave it as entitled for now. A pipeline is essentially a bunch of components connected in a certain way as to create some kind of output, which is usually a graph or some visualization that you would like to see. And so let's add our components. The first one will be a Twitter component. So this Twitter component is responsible for drawing statistics from Twitter based on hashtags, frequency of subjects, tweets, things like that. And today we would like to use the Twitter handle real Donald Trump and Mashable in order to use our research. These are the two pages we'll be drawing from. So when you're done, you just click add, and here at the bottom, select, and there it is. Our first component is on our first pipeline. Let's add another one. So this one is called count words. Count words is pretty much responsible for counting the amount of times which a word pops up in a some kind of input. So the Twitter module was responsible for getting the input from our specified users, Donald Trump and Mashable. This one will be responsible for counting how many times these words come up in those users' feeds. So China or nuclear, and we'll give it a name of China count. And let's go ahead and select that. All right, so that one is on there as well now. And in order for us to compare these Twitter accounts and how much they talk about China with the actual price of Huawei, we're going to need to be able to get the stock price. And for that, we will be using Yahoo Finance. Same thing as before. There is a description of what this module is. It just draws stock numbers and statistics over time from Yahoo Finance. We'll call this one Huawei stock. The ticker will be Huawei, and we'll turn it on. As you can see, you can also have tickers and turn them off. But for now, this is the only one we care about. So let's go ahead and select. And now the last but not least component is the linear graph. The reason why we need this is to visualize the outputs from both the other components that we use. It's a simple visualization graph. It takes in certain inputs and certain outputs, and all you have to specify here is the name for it. There isn't any variables, as it automatically picks the X and Y. So select. All right, and as you can see here, we do have a nice little assist pop-up. We have these along the way to kind of help our users, as it is a pipeline kind of process, and it takes a couple of steps. So in order to connect all of these and actually plug them in so they work with each other, per se, we're going to have to click these blue dots right here, and it'll line them up just like that. So we'll click this one next. We want the Trump module to pull information from Trump's account on Twitter. The China account will count how many times he is talking about China and at what times and dates and such, and that'll be an input into the graph. And the Yahoo module will be called Huawei. We'll get the stock price for Huawei over the same time period. And so that way we'll be able to compare Trump or any account that we would like and how much they talk about China or Huawei and how that affects Huawei's actual stock price. All right. So right here, we are finally done plugging everything in. We can click China Relations, which is the visualization module, and you can see right here, it will visualize the results for us. And so as you can see here, the general trend seems to be that the more words comes out of the Twitter feeds about China, the higher the Huawei stock tends to go. So I would say it is a more or less direct relation. However, this is just a prototype, so we did not actually draw any information from anywhere. This is just to show how the application is supposed to function. And yeah, let's go back after that. If we hit save, it'll take us to a dashboard where we can now see this and reopen it later. The same pipeline that we just built, we could reopen it later and see how whether the trend is consistent, whether it is not, and things like that. We could build other pipelines in the exact same way. And let's go ahead and log out. And there you have it. That was a prototype for a use case of this application that we hope to develop. This was not developed alone, so the credits go out to Adarsh Melethil, Montek Parmar, and Jacob as well. They will be in the description with full names. And yes, until next time, that was MoneyWatch. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.